It was quiet for a moment until I started hearing a voice that sounded like my sister calling me to come and help her. The voice seemed to get more and more scared sounding as time went on, until eventually I managed to wake and looked over to see my sister fast asleep in the bed next to mine. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Drip Podcast. It's just me today. It's just me. I thought I'd do a little solo. It's going to be a very relaxed one. We're going to have a few stories, a few of your emails and stuff. But I am going to go over some updates, what's going on at the moment, what I'm up to, what's going on with the investigation, which is very exciting. The grain mill investigation. So basically, I'm in the process of editing it. And over on the Patreon, the first part is up. But for YouTube, I am going to be doing it in one big part, one full investigation. I know we trialed with 30 East Drive, splitting it up, but I think it just works better in one full investigation. So if you want to see it part by part, head over to the Patreon. But if you're happy to wait and see it, in all of its glory in one big go, it's coming. It's definitely coming. It'll be on its way very soon. So, yeah, really enjoying editing that. It's a great investigation. It really is. And there's quite a few things that happen, but also we have a great time. We had a lot of fun at that investigation, and it comes across. It definitely comes across, on camera and stuff. So it's a good time. It's a good laugh, but it's also some spooks there, and some challenges in there, which are designed to test our fear levels and things like that. So yeah, I think it's one that people are really going to enjoy. Hopefully so. So yeah, look forward to that. And we also have some more coming up. We're going to be camping at Cannock Chase, which is going to be super fun, super scary. So yeah, lots of investigation stuff to look forward to. I have started my own freelance video production company, Hopes Productions, and it's a lot of fun so far. I've done a few jobs already. Filmed for a garden center, or like a solar installation on a garden center. And I've also filmed some content for a beauty clinic. So completely out of my comfort zone, not something I've done before. And, but really enjoying it. And, they're really happy with the work that I've been doing. All of my work that I've been doing for Hopes Productions is over on the Patreon. I'm sort of following that, or documenting that journey as I go along. But yeah, it's just been crazy, really. Next week, I'm going to be filming a landscaping business. The week after that, I've got to give up my Sunday because I'm filming a carvery, and obviously carveries are famously served on a Sunday. So yeah, but it's just really cool, and I'm also doing oh my God, look how blown out I get on this camera if I lean back. Jesus, I'm going to have to be quite close today. NVIDIA Broadcast, which controls my webcam, have brought out a new version, and it's all going a bit crazy. Obviously, audio listeners, you won't give a shit, but visuals, there's some weird stuff going on. There's some autofocus issues and stuff. So this is a bit of a test. But anyway, that's irrelevant. So every day really is different. And the cool thing is, so I'm doing a 14-day Filmmaker Course, right? Content Creator Filmmaker Course. And it was 45 quid. So I won't lie to you. I thought it's probably going to be a pile of shit. But if I can learn one thing out of there, it's probably worth 45 quid. So happy days. It's been amazing so far. It really has been amazing. And I'm learning so much. And the beauty of that is it's hopefully going to translate across to the investigations and stuff. So, all these skills that I'm learning, improving my ability to film. I also want to be a little bit more hands-on with the camera when it comes to the investigations going forward. Bailey does a great job, but obviously I've started a videography business, and if anything, the investigations would be great practice as well. You know, cool angles, all that sort of stuff. And I'm still going to be in front of the camera, but I'm also going to be doing a bit more behind the camera as well. And then bringing, you know, Scott, Meyer, Lozzie, and Bailey into it more, you know, into front of the camera stuff more, leading a little bit more, you know, because one thing I've noticed, which obviously you guys haven't seen yet, like the grain mill video, there are moments where they come into their own, you know, and it's very entertaining. And I'm not needed, you know, to be like the leader anymore. You know, as a team, we've come along so far, and I think that we can just share the responsibilities. You know, obviously, if it doesn't work, I'll just go back to being in front of the camera and leading the way. But I really do think that the team that I have is awesome, and they should get more screen time. But yeah, lots to look forward to, and I'm just super hyped for this investigation to come out. I know it's been a little bit longer than I anticipated. Obviously, there's many things that have happened. I've started my own business. There was the hack. There was all this sort of stuff going on behind the scenes. But I got to sit down yesterday and really get a lot of editing done on it, and it's just quality. It really is great. And when it comes out, I think it may well go straight into like the top 5, top 3 investigations that we've done, to be honest. So yeah. So as you can see here, Lob Bazaar has got the Drip Voodoo shirt on. I have found a new supplier for heat transfer designs, which is great. And I have downstairs the Damnation design on heat transfer, ready to go. I don't know where I put the stickers. I think they're in that drawer or something. But the Damnation design and a black and red drip design are coming out very, very soon. They may even already be out. No, because this comes out on a Sunday now, doesn't it? I'm going to be dropping it next week. So head over to the Etsy, Drip Paranormal on Etsy, and you can like the shop, follow the shop, so that you get a notification as soon as the shirts drop. And yeah, it's a design that I'm really happy with. And also, you know, the whole Damnation thing obviously started naturally through Lozzie, and it's now become like a running theme, a running joke, and I'm really looking forward to seeing Damnation on a t-shirt, repping it, and seeing you guys rep it as well. So yeah, Damnation t-shirts coming out very soon. Okay, right, well, that's enough waffle from me, I suppose. Let's have a look at some emails, shall we? Okay, so if you want to get your story read out, dudeystories@gmail.com. Okay, let's start with Christian Williams. Now, I have to apologize. Am I out of focus? There we go. I'm back in focus. I don't know what's going on with this camera today. I have to apologize, Christian, because you're just getting me today. I know that people send in these stories, and you know they want feedback from all the team. So I do apologize. Okay, so hello, the boys and Maya. That's awkward. Let me just take this off the bottom of this microphone so I can just hold it. I'm just taking the bass off. Sorry. This is great, isn't it? I do apologize. Look at this. This podcast is in the absolute bin. Nearly there. There we go. I've got it off. See, now I can freely hold it. Okay, so love the pod and the channel. Thank you so much. Been a fan for a while. After watching all the viewers' stories, I thought I might as well email in with my story to see what you guys think. Thank you so much. So here we go. I work at a local gym/football centre, and since I've been there, I've experienced a few different things and I know a few others who have also experienced little things here and there. I mostly work the closing shifts, and this building is apparently built on an old cemetery. Don't quote me on this. This is from a co-worker who isn't the most reliable source. So, it's not the most enjoyable place to be when it's dark and empty anyway, and you will often hear knocks and tappings and things like that, which I have gotten used to by now. But there have been a couple of standout things that I have experienced. The first big thing I experienced was one night we were almost ready to leave, just finishing up the last few closing things in the office, and out of nowhere I hear some extremely loud footsteps that sounded like a person wearing high heels sprinting down the corridor and seemingly bumped into the door at the end of the corridor and just vanished. I was shitting bricks, but immediately thought that someone might have run in who forgot something, but the door was still shut and there was no one there. I flicked all of the lights in the gym back on and went to check in there, but there was nothing. The other lads I was working with were outside litter picking at the time, so it couldn't have been them. I was very freaked out by that, so we just finished up and got out ASAP. A few weeks after this, when on an opening shift, I was doing the morning building walk, flushing all the toilets, checking all the fire extinguishers were in working order, etc. And when I went into the ladies' changing rooms, I saw just in front of the showers section of the changing room a set of wet, bare footprints on the floor, just standing there, as if someone had just got out of the shower. Just the two of them facing out from the showers and nowhere else. This was no longer than 5 minutes after we opened the building, and we didn't have any customers in for at least another 30 minutes. Very creepy. I only mentioned it to the co-worker that was on the open with me, and then didn't really think about it again until a couple of days later. I was working with another one of the managers, and without her knowing that this happened to me a few days earlier, she told me that she saw the exact same thing in the same room that morning. I didn't mention that I saw it as well a few days prior and just went on about my day and tried to not fixate on it. I can't begin to imagine what could have caused these. If it were the footprints of a customer we just didn't see, there would have been more than just two, and there would have been more water all over the gaff and in one of the showers, which there wasn't. And it couldn't possibly have been left over from the night before. It would have been about 10 hours since we closed for the night before, so anything like that would have evaporated. Since then, I haven't had any other... Sorry, I forgot to swallow. Since then, I haven't had any other major things happen. Still hear the odd knock and tap here and there, but as I said, I'm used to these by now. This email isn't finished, but I'm just going to interject because it reminds me of the blacksmith, the haunted blacksmith pub that we investigated, and they famously had wet footprints in their toilet that was very, very creepy, and they took a photograph of, and it's kind of like one of those unexplainable phenomena that is haunting that building. So it was very reminiscent of that, very, very strange. Okay. They were pretty short little stories, so I thought I might as well share a couple of my sleep paralysis stories too. Let's go, Christian. I've just realised I've said your name. I hope that you wanted to be anonymous. I didn't want to be anonymous, sorry. Okay, I suffer with sleep paralysis fairly regularly, probably once every few weeks. But weirdly, I've never had any sort of visual hallucination, or at least I haven't within the first few months of an episode. Because usually, as soon as I know I'm in sleep paralysis, I tend to just shut my eyes and attempt to wake myself as quick as I can. But even though I don't seem to get visual hallucinations, I do get auditory ones instead, which are equally as horrifying for me. My two most recent episodes have by far been the worst I have experienced, which is worrying me, because I feel it's only a matter of time until I get a visit from the Hat Man. Anyway, My most recent episode was only a few days ago while I was staying at a hotel in Aberystwyth with my little sister. And this one was extremely weird because initially I'd woken up and was able to move. I wiggled my fingers and my toes and stuff. But then after a few moments, I couldn't anymore. This is how I know I'm in an episode and just shut my eyes, which is exactly what I did. It was quiet for a moment until I started hearing a voice that sounded like my sister calling me to come and help her from the bathroom. This went on for probably about a minute, and the voice seemed to get more and more scared sounding as time went on, until eventually I managed to wake myself up and looked over to see my sister fast asleep in the bed next to mine. I pretty much stayed up for the rest of the night after that. The episode before that was in a similar vein. I was sleeping in my bed at home when I woke up, immediately knew I was again in sleep paralysis, so I followed the usual steps to try and get myself up, close my eyes and basically throw a temper tantrum and attempt to scream, until eventually I'll wake up with a pathetic little weep. This episode also lasted about a minute, but this time instead of my sister shouting for me, it was my mother shouting at me. I was asleep facing towards my door, so my bedroom window was behind me. This is important because what my mother kept repeating, shouting at me, was, "Christian, what is behind you? What the hell is that behind you?" It was like something from a horror movie. And she kept repeating the same thing until eventually I broke out of it, drenched in sweat. Of course, with my mother fast asleep in her room and nothing was behind me. This one was absolutely terrifying, and I didn't sleep properly for a couple of nights after it. Anyway, that's all I've got. Sorry for rambling. I haven't told too many people these stories, so it's a bit difficult to put them into words. Also, I don't care about being anonymous, so far away. Get in. Thank you so much, because I might have already accidentally let the cat out of the bag with that one. Keep up the great work, guys. You're all awesome. Can't wait to hear what you think. Thank you so much, Christian. I feel so sorry for you that you suffer from regular sleep paralysis. That sucks, dude. That absolutely sucks. I haven't had sleep paralysis in ages, touch wood. Probably gonna damn myself to sleep paralysis tonight now. But yeah, no, sleep paralysis is awful. Your mum screaming, "Christian, what is that behind you?" That is horrific. That is like some of the worst sleep paralysis I've heard. Obviously, it's not visual, but the fact that it's audible, and it's insinuating there's something behind you that you can't see, that is horrid. That is horrid. So do not envy you one bit on that, dude. The fact that it's regular, I wonder what causes that. Have you, obviously I know you can't give me an answer right now, but do you go to the doctors about that? Like, what's going on there if it's a regular occurrence? If I was regularly getting sleep paralysis, I would definitely see someone about it. Because that sucks, man. That absolutely sucks. Also, haunted gym. Spooky stuff, man. Spooky stuff. Obviously, I worked at a gym for 4 years. It was called the Barn Works. It was a converted barn on a golf course. And it was very scary. On the closes, I had to close by myself. That sucked. There's a massive car park outside in the middle of the countryside. And there was just one singular lamppost. Like dimly yellow lighting. Like a circle around the light lamppost, and that was it. So, and just, rushing through, I'd go all the way to the end of the gym, and then turn the lights off on my way out because it was just so fucking creepy, man. Just so creepy. Horrible. It's nice that you had you've got other people working with you though, because if you had to close up by yourself in a building you believe to be haunted, man, that is not the one. Let me just have a little sip of my beverage. Tell you what, man, doing solo podcasts is so hard. Like, my throat is fucked. I remember I used to do solo pods before we started the drip pod. I used to do solo pods for Patreon. And my God, man, I'd just talk for like half an hour and my throat would be finished. But Christian, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you reaching out. dudeystories@gmail.com. And I hope the sleep paralysis goes away very soon. Okay, let's have a look. Jacob. Subject line. I said you buy one, you get one. Brackets 2 free. Hi, Dudy and the crew. Sorry. It's just me today. It's just me. It's just me going in and out of autofocus today. Hope you're all doing well. I've loved your videos and podcasts for ages and thought, why not write in? Why not? Why not? I've got a couple of stories which I'll condense as best as I can and understand you guys are busy. We're not. Not when we're doing the pod. Whenever we're doing the pod, we've got pod time. It's pod time. So you take as long as you need on emails, guys. All right? Because we'll read it out in full. Right, enough said, more action. Number 1. Wow, these are short. Number 1, spooky gal in the gaff. When I was around 10 years old, I lived in a house with my mum, dad, nana, and granddad. I lived in the loft, probably because I was an annoying bastard. Jesus, you said it, not me. It had a weird U layout. I always used to get a weird feeling of being watched or not being alone in that room. That fucking sucks. If that's your bedroom, man, that fucking sucks. I mean, I was 10 and I didn't rationalize it. I was like, oh, well, until my nightmares started. I used to see a girl down one end of the sides where my desk was crawling out and up towards my bed. Let me reread that. So you used to get nightmares. I used to see a girl down one of the sides where his desk is. So I'm guessing the room... so the room was in like a U layout. Down one of the sides where his desk was, the girl was crawling out and up towards his bed. She had multiple arms and eyes, and it would always end when she got to the foot of the bed. During the weeks I was having these, I found that my door would close randomly and open during the night, which could have been my mum checking on me or a ghoul coming to get me. Who knows? But definitely weird. That is definitely weird. Number 2, lights in the sky. When I was 14, I used to live on an army base. My dad was an army welfare officer on Normandy Barracks, largest training camp in Europe, and former the home of the Sea King helicopters. Cool. One occasion, me and my mates would go to the scrapyard, which was filled with old decommissioned military vehicles. What? That's fucking cool. Near a wooded area where you wasn't allowed to go, but you could find it. Not tanks, unfortunately, but more trucks. One evening, me and my friends decided to go and knock about around this area. We were there late doing things young lads do when a massive bright light appeared in the sky pretty much out of thin air. Not similar to the Sea Kings or Chinooks that would frequent the airstrip. It hung in the air for about 15 to 20 minutes, which had me and my friends mesmerized until a snap of branch behind us broke our gaze and a sudden feeling of not being alone washed over us. We heard another snap and we sprinted like a bat out of hell. By the time we go to a distance we thought was safe, we turned around and the light was gone. Thoroughly scared and freaked out, we all crashed at mine and never spoke about it for a while. That's mad. So you might have witnessed a UFO. And I mean, you're on an army base, so they do seem to be witnessed on army bases and air bases and things quite a lot, because maybe if they are aliens, they're interested in what we're doing militarily. So there we go. Number 3, it's all going on. It's all going on. Number 3, face at the window. Oh, I tell you what, I don't think I breathe properly when I do a lot of talking because I'm like out of breath. Fill up them lungs. Fill up them lungs. Fill up them lungs. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Face at the window. 2 years ago, when I was in my second year of uni, breathe, living in Manchester was a massive culture change in comparison to Hull. That's Hull, for those not from Hull. Like, just a lot more people, a lot more homeless in residential areas, and the place I was living was pure student shithole. One evening, I was chilling, rolling a cigarette, when I heard a loud thump at the window in the front room. Thinking it was my friend, I went through to call him a divvy bugger. But when I pulled the blinds, a homeless man was stood face up to the window. I've never screamed louder or harder than that. I'm a big lad and all 6'6" and broad, but my God, I was petrified. The homeless man just kind of toddled off. What a knobhead. I know he's not paranormal, just fucking mental. I know it's a dead long email. It's actually one of the shortest we've received, Jacob. I know it's a dead long email already, but just a couple of things. I used to go to a spiritualist church in Scarbados. Scarborough. I've never heard Scarborough called Scarbados. That is fucking awesome. Scarbados. With my ex-girlfriend, and on 2 occasions, 2 different leaders picked me out and said I had a strong white aura, which means I'm in tune with the spirit world. That's fucking cool. And then a few later, I went and got a tarot reading, and the psychic said the exact same. I think it's a right load of shite, but it stuck with me. Fair play, Jacob. You could be highly skeptic, but actually, in reality, like a fucking medium. That's pretty cool. Thank you for reading my waffle. Dude, that weren't waffle. That was really good. Thank you so much for your email, mate. Thank you for reading my waffle and making amazing content to help me get through the day. Lots of love and up the Tigers. Fun fact, my sister supports Hull Football Club. Fuck knows why, but she does. Lots of love and up the Tigers. Jacob, thank you so much, dude. Really appreciate the email. Thank you. Apologies that the rest of the team couldn't be here. You've just got me today. You've just got me. Okay. We've got another email. Sharina, I think, has emailed in before. We love a repeat emailer. Hey, this happened last year. Straight in. Hey, this happened last year. So outside my front is a street light, and it casts light into my hall through the front door window. I love the dark. I'm one of these people that never turn on a light and just wander around in the dark in the house. Unless the light is needed. Okay, fair play. Anyways, the house was dark downstairs as everyone was upstairs, either in bed asleep or watching TV in their rooms. Excuse me, I'm drinking a sody pop, and I've just got a little bit of gas, but I've just expelled it silently, but it did make me pause in my reading, so I felt like I had to just, explain what happened there. By the way, for the audio listeners, this isn't the email. This is me. This is actually me talking, breaking the fourth wall. Back into the email. I hadn't long been down. I had just come back up to settle one of my toddlers back down. As I was going down the stairs, just about to get to the bottom, I heard claws/paws on the lino in the hall, like a dog paw. And with it being dark and a little light from the outside streetlight casting into my hall, all I could see was a dark black dog-shaped figure and hear these claws/paws. So I shouted up to my partner. I thought Sherlock, my huge dog, was in bed. Assuming it was him, my partner shouted back, "He is in bed in here," upstairs in the bedroom. Just as I was about to touch the bottom, hearing that my dog was upstairs, I stopped in my tracks, knowing that whatever the hell I was looking at and hearing in my hall was not my dog. I immediately panicked and screamed and scrambled back up the stairs as fast as I could. Not a lot scares me. I'm not easy to frighten. I'm a logical person where I will try and think of a more rational answer / reason, but that terrified me. My partner wondered what the hell I was doing running up the stairs like that and being frightened so much. So I have no idea what it was, but I hope to never experience it again, and I never have since. But after this, me and my partner and 2 of my sons started seeing a bright light drop down from the ceiling into the floor in certain places in the house. What? Looked like a huge white ball, and then it would drop and disappear. Only happened over the course of 3 days, and we have never seen it again. Then we had a robin fly into the house. I do have this on video. Twice over 2 days, around the same time as the ball of light was appearing. Just chilling out in the front room like it was a family pet, totally unfazed by us. Then again, after 2 days, it completely disappeared. So not sure what the hell was going on around this time last year. Or that time last year, sorry, and it all stopped just as quick as it started. But I just thought it was quite interesting to share. Cheers, Sharina. That was very interesting. I don't know what the fuck the dog was. That's terrifying. You had a fucking hellhound in your house, just chilling in the hall. The obvious question would be, was your husband sure that the dog wasn't in bed with him? Or in the bedroom. But obviously, I mean, he literally replied, he is in bed in here. So you'd think, like, if you get asked that, you go like, where is the dog? Oh, look, it's there. You know, you would just look to see where the dog was. And then when you respond, he's in here in the bed, you presume he's staring at the dog in the bed. So, yeah, that's crazy. I don't know how to explain that. That's terrifying. Because, like, even if it wasn't paranormal and there was just a fucking stray dog in your house, that is scary in itself. You don't know what the dog's going to do. But if it's paranormal, that's not nice. And the ball of light is crazy. Crazy. Seen by multiple people by what I'm reading. Me, my partner, and 2 sons. Yeah. Crazy. Crazy. There's something going on in your house. Sharina, get it blessed. Sharina, get the house blessed. Get that house blessed. Come on now. In the comments, can we put Sharina, get that house blessed? Okay, guys. So, it's a slightly shorter episode this week. A little half an hour. I just wanted to get an episode out there. I wanted to do a little update and stuff. Lozzie's returning very soon. Lozzie's coming back very, very soon. We might even have a full team next week. Which would be awesome. But yeah, lots to look forward to. I'm also in the process of planning out some more content for YouTube, not podcast related, not investigation. I keep going to say Instagram, not podcast related, not investigation related. So, what would you like to see? Some true crime, some cave diving reactions, paranormal, something completely different. I'm always up for an opportunity to broaden the horizons. So, yeah, just let me know what you guys want to see. I'm thinking a 5 to 10 minute video length. Yeah, I'm just feeling it, you know. I'm just feeling it. I've also figured out why this camera keeps autofocusing. It's because it's focusing in on Lob Bazaar's face in the background. So I will need to put the blur back on. But yeah, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. Check out the Instagram, Drip Paranormal on Instagram. Check out the Etsy. Check out the Patreon, Duty Rhino on Patreon. Lots of cool content over there, early access, all that good stuff. We're streaming over on Twitch. It's all going on, guys. It's all going on. And, yeah, T-shirts coming soon. Keep supporting the pod. If you're listening on Spotify, can you leave us 5 stars? That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Share the podcast. Put it in your group chats. Just fire it in there. Pick your favorite episode that you've listened to of this podcast. I think we've done like 85 episodes now. Fire it into a group chat for us. Come on. That'll help us out. Share the love. Share the podcast. Look after yourselves. Have a great week. And we will be seeing you very, very soon. Thank you. Drippity drop, drip, drop, drip, drop. Out.